As an inn, we are proud to have played such a significant part in this country's legal engagement with Europe. And it's exemplified really by the important roles that both Eleanor and Ian have conducted as Advocate General at the Court of Justice and as Judge of the General Court of the European Union. I had the pleasure of visiting Luxembourg in September of 2016 when great change was upon us, and that's when I met them both and was hugely impressed by them then, and as a result we've kept in touch, and they've been great contributors to the Inn since 2016 and before, of course. Eleanor gave a barnstorming speech at our amity visit to The Hague earlier this year. The United Kingdom left the EU in 2020, and of course that meant enormous change for everyone, including Eleanor and Ian. And I'm remembered of something that Igor Judge always said was very necessary in a lawyer and a judge, and it's fortitude. And each of them have displayed the most remarkable fortitude in the years that have followed since 2020. We're therefore very fortunate that a painting has been commissioned which both reflects the Inn's involvement in the law in Europe and which marks the roles of our two very distinguished benches in that area. Now, before we unveil the painting, I would just like to draw your attention to the thought we've given to where it's going to go. It's going to be at the top of the Ashley Building stairs at the entrance to the Routledge Suite. Why there, I hear some of you ask? Because we're looking to the future. We wanted it placed at a point where our students would pass by daily as they go to and from their classes. So in this way, Eleanor, Ian, the Inn will highlight and preserve the record of your impressive and extraordinary work. It's an extraordinary legacy, and two people have helped make it so.
Thank you. Very generous. Thank you.
Eleanor and I are not the tallest. Ian's quite a lot taller. But behind the portrait there is a much taller person who's going to make sure that we don't make a mess of this. So let's unveil the portrait. Ian, you want to take that side? Oh, wow.
Well, to be confronted with oneself is something of a shock. And we each said to the other, because we were in different cities when a photograph of the painting arrived, and we was, so I feel, I speak for myself, just immensely touched and honoured, and all the conventional things that one could say or imagine in a place like this, on an occasion like this. But I wouldn't want us to think that this was a celebration of Mr. Forrester or Miss Sharpston. There's an element of that, no doubt. But more important, much more important, is the fact that these two individuals, Middle Templars, served in the European courts in Luxembourg and did good there. And that's just like being in court. And that témoignage, that demonstration by the Inn of its commitment to international work, to the worldwide brotherhood of lawyers who believe in decency and the rule of law, those concerns are all the more important today than they have ever been in the past. And before stopping, I would like us to note the lady in black with lace cuffs, and a gold thingy over her shoulder, who is responsible for this work of art.
It's a very novel experience for the Advocate General to follow the judge. You'll appreciate that I'm used to being able to get in the first word, rather than having to see what I can say that has not already been said much better and more eloquently by my learned brother-in-law. And of course I echo everything that he said, including my gratitude to the artist for an extraordinary attempt to capture two slightly odd personalities and put them on a piece of paper, piece of canvas with, well, appropriate symbols ranging from the Luxembourg flag and of course the Inn's lamb and flag through to some nice music on a stand behind me. As I think my friends will know, that is very important to me. I wanted simply to place on record my own gratitude to Middle Temple, because had it not been for the Inn and for the Inn's generosity, I would first of all never have made it to the bar and through pupillage. That was the first scholarship they were kind enough to put in my direction. But perhaps more importantly, and certainly more significantly for my entire career, had it not been for Middle Temple, I would not have got involved in EU law, because they were prepared to entrust a rather oddball, unconventional, slightly weird, didn't really read a law degree student member of the Inn with a European law scholarship. And that is what started me on my work, my entire professional life. And yes, what ended up as, well, what you can see in front of you. So my gratitude to Middle Temple, and also how honoured I am, but I share this sentiment with Ian, that the Inn has very kindly seen fit to accept the idea of commemorating two of the last British members of the Court of Justice in Luxembourg.
For the moment.
For the moment. Thank you. I knew he would supply the final words of my speech. Thank you, Ian.